We use natural scent as grit. Is that adequate?
It's fine for baby chicks, but adult birds, it's not going to be big enough. Like an adult bird layer is looking for a rough edge stone that's about a, oh boy, sorry, I'm going to use U.S. standard measurements, 1/4 of an inch by 3/8 of an inch. Um, so you're probably looking at, 3, 4, 5 millimeters by, 8 millimeters is what they're going to be looking for. That's the appropriate size. It needs to be equal to the size of a field pea or a full kernel of corn. You know, other because if it's too small, it's not going to stay in there long enough to be effective, right? And you do want either quartzite or granite because it'll stay in the gizzard longer and you get more value out of it. And you want stones with rough edges.
What is sour crop? What causes it? How can it be treated? And how can it be prevented?
Let's see, you want it or you want me to take it?
You got it.
Okay. So sour crop is when the crop fills up, but it doesn't empty out in a timely fashion. So the feed sits in there too long and you start to get some type of a bacterial growth, whether it's yeast or something else. And then it's fermenting too much in that crop. And it can come from blockage. I usually only see sour crop in the early spring when we first put birds out on pasture and they go out and they eat way too much grass all at one time and the crop gets impacted and it can't pass through. And then they put grain in on top of it. And then we've got a really weird fermentation going on in there. And I'm going to go back to grit, so I don't have problems with things like sour crop and impaction when I have grit. Now, if you already have the sour crop, some people have reported having some success with vinegar, but you're almost going to have to hold the chicken and kind of inject orally drench the chicken with the vinegar. And you could also do the same thing with just plain old mineral oil that you can get, mineral oil, or if you want to go get some vegetable oil out of the kitchen, something that you're cooking oil, you're going to run about 5 cc's, down the bird's throat. And then you're going to cross your fingers and hope a whole lot that it passes. So sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. It's probably a 50-50 thing. But when grit's being offered, I don't know why, but I just don't see issues with sour crop when there's plenty of the correct size grit available to the birds.